Namaskar. The Communist Party of India has organized a farmers' morcha in Delhi. Lots of people have gathered for this morcha. But technically, when you look at it, this morcha is anything but a farmers' agitation. Farmers' problem in India is real. India, right from 1950s, has been ignoring the agricultural industry. India, right, and all political parties, be it UPA, NDA, whatever, all political parties from 1950s have been ignoring the agricultural sector. But the biggest problem with farmers today is the fact that farmer in India today does not have genuine leadership. That is the biggest problem with farmers in India. Their leaders are merely there to get their votes or to get public popularity or to get some MP seats or to get some kind of political advantage. None of them are actually bothered about farmers. The worst is they don't even know what the actual problem of farming is because they have never dealt with it. I want to give you a small example.
भारतीय किसानों का घोषणा पत्र ये भी कल के रैली में हम कल ऐलान करेंगे, जिसमें किसान है, खेत मजदूर यूनियन है, भूमिहीन किसान है, इन सभी लोगों को, आदिवासी किसान, महिला किसान, इन सभी के मांगों को उसके अंदर हम शरीक करेंगे। और ये सब चलते हुए हम ये करना चाहते हैं कि पूरी सरकार तो बदले ही, क्योंकि हमारी स्पष्ट राय है नरेंद्र मोदी की बीजेपी की सरकार ये आज तक आज़ाद भारत की सबसे ज़्यादा किसान विरोधी, सबसे ज़्यादा जन विरोधी और सबसे ज़्यादा उद्योगपतियों के पक्ष की सरकार है, सबसे ज़्यादा भ्रष्ट और सबसे ज़्यादा सांप्रदायिक सरकार है। इस सरकार को हटाए बिना किसानों का एक भी सवाल हल नहीं हो सकता। लेकिन जो नई सरकार आएगी, और हम चाहते हैं कि धर्मनिरपेक्ष सरकार अगले लोकसभा चुनाव के बाद आए, लेकिन उसको भी आज ये जो पूरा सैलाब किसानों का जो पूरा निकल है उसके भी मांगों को ध्यान में रखना होगा। बिजनेस एज यूजुअल पहले जैसा नहीं चलेगा, नीतियों को बदलना पड़ेगा नए सरकार को भी, और वो दबाव हम ये पूरे आंदोलन से करना चाहते हैं।
This man talks more about BJP than he talks about the problem of the farmers. Now, if he was a genuine leader, he would have not just blamed BJP, he would have blamed everybody, BJP included, of course BJP included. But this problem is not started by BJP. This problem has been persisting from 1950s. The contribution of agricultural industry in GDP has started declining from 1950s. Because the government has not put enough investment in agricultural industry, and that's precisely why it has been on the decline. Now the thing is, what does the farmer of India actually need? Every time near to the election, one thing that the government has done, the government of the day, like I said, whichever government of the day has done, is gone and offered subsidy to farmers, freebie to farmers, offering loan waiver. Whether they do or not, that's a different issue, but even offering loan waiver is not really helping the industry. It is not really helping the agricultural industry. It is like offering a painkiller to a patient. It may solve the symptoms, but it doesn't cure the disease. Today you offer them loan waiver. What happens tomorrow? Again another loan, again a loan waiver. This doesn't help the farmer. Nobody has spoken about empowerment, economic empowerment for farmers. Every time they talk about subsidy, they talk about loan waiver. You see, the first thing that a government who really is bothered about agriculture should do is to ensure that the profitability of farmer is increased. In the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, in the last 50 years, have one ever heard about a morcha or about a movement that talks about increasing profitability of agriculture and farmers? Have you ever thought about it that you see, we have close to 3 lakh farmers that has committed suicide, and the blame is on floods and famines. Have we ever thought that is there no famine in Pakistan? Is there no famine in Bhutan? Is there no famine in Bangladesh? Is there no famine in Australia? Is there no famine in Canada? Why isn't their farmers dying? Why isn't their farmers committing suicide? Why only our farmers are committing suicide? If it was famine and flood, then it should have been a universal thing. No, the reason our farmer is committing suicide is because we have not empowered, we have not economically empowered our farmers. Before we get into the detail, we need to first understand the profitability chart of a farmer. You see, unlike industries, unlike IT businesses, unlike normal businesses, farmer doesn't work from year to year. Profitability cannot be calculated every 31st of December or 31st of March. You cannot calculate profitability that way. When you look at farming industry, when you look at agricultural industry, you have to look at a 5-year profitability chart. Because chances are, in a 5-year gap, you may have 1 good year, 2 good years, but you may have 3 bad years. At times, you may only have 1 good year, and that has happened in Maharashtra. In a lot of places, it has happened in Maharashtra, where out of the 5-year gap, you have only 1 good year and 4 years has been bad. Bad due to famine, bad due to flood, bad due to insects, whatever the case is. So the fact is, in India, farmers today operate with a 23 to 30% profitability ratio. And an average Indian farmer makes around 23% to 30% profitability out of their produce. While the world average is about 60%. Certain countries like Brazil, I am told, makes around 110% profit. So when a farmer earns 110% profit, even with a 2-year profitability in the 5-year period, even with a 2-year profitability, he can comfortably survive. He and his family can comfortably survive. So the key thing that the government or any farmer leader today should talk about is not how bad BJP is, how good Congress is, how lovely CPM is. That is not what you should talk about. What you should talk about is how do I increase profitability of the farmer. And the person who talks about profitability of the farmer is the only person who genuinely thinks for farmers in India, not the person who talks about loan waiver. Farming in India has to have 3 major changes. The first change that Indian agricultural industry requires is a control on input costs. The manufacturers makes a product. Let's take fertilizer for example. A fertilizer is made by a large manufacturer. He adds his profits and he finally fixes up an MRP. Now the MRP travels to the retailer. So say the MRP of a 25 kgs bag is fixed at 1,400 rupees. The retailer does not offer it to the farmer at 1,400 rupees, at least most of them. The retailer there acts like a money lender. What really happens is no farmer is cash rich to go and give cash and take the product. No farmer is cash rich. All this Kisan credit card and all are all good to talk about. Nothing works on ground. So basically, normal cases, the Kisan has to go pay cash or he has to go stand in the queue and ask the retailer to give him credit. Now, most often than not, the retailer offers him credit. The retailer obliges because most of the retailers in India are either some kind of a local leader, local goon or a politician. So he is powerful enough. He offers them the bag. But mind you, the 1,400 rupees bag, MRP bag, does not go to the farmer at 1,400 rupees. For every month credit that the retailer offers the farmer, the retailer charges an extra amount. I have come to know, for a 3 months credit, a 1,450 rupees bag almost touches 2,000 rupees to the end farmer. This poor farmer ends up paying 2,000 rupees for a bag which has already got profits of the producer, the transporter, the distributor, the C&F agent, the retailer. Over and above that, this poor man pays 600 rupees to the retailer, the fertilizer retailer. this retailer makes that 600 rupees out of the farmer. That is why we have famine, we have floods. The fertilizer retailer never commits suicide. The transporter doesn't commit suicide. Neither the producer, the big producers of fertilizers and other companies, they close their shops. It is only the farmer who commits suicide, because even before he started, they have extracted 600 rupees more than what he should be paying. This is how, ladies and gentlemen, input is distributed in India. The input cost is decided in India. How many farmer leaders have told you this? How many politicians are talking about this, and what any party, whoever this party is, any party has done to put a curb on this? Answer is nobody. You know why? Because nobody knows about it. Now let me come to another thing. We are talking about minimum selling price. This minimum selling price, first of all, does not exist for every agricultural product. It is for limited product, number one. Number two is, listen, all this is fine, but how much of it is actually practical? Every country in this world help their agricultural sector by actually marketing their products globally. I will give a fantastic case in point of Israel. Look at the way they help their farmers to market their product globally. Israel, mind you, is a desert, but possibly one of the best agricultural sectors, one of the best agricultural country in the world. They are best at everything. Agricultural products, agricultural produce, agricultural fertilizers, equipments, the works, they are best at everything. Look at the way that country helps their farmers. What do we do? Give me 5. Check in Google. Check for yourself. Identify 5 good things, 5 good marketing strategies, 5 good marketing help that this country has done for their farmers. Our country does not help our farmers. Therefore, our farmers, first of all, has the burden of this input cost. Now also sells the product at any available price that they can fetch. So if the local market, the local society or local whoever, again, even the buyers are controlled by politicians. Even the buyers are politicians. Look at any sugar factory, sugar mill in Maharashtra. The chairman of the sugar mill is a politician. So the selling is controlled by politicians, the buying is controlled by politicians. What else will a farmer do other than commit suicide? This politician buyer, this buyer in the market, he decides a price which becomes a market price. This is what the reality is. He buys from the farmer at that particular price. The farmer cannot hoard. He doesn't have the equipment to hoard. He doesn't have storage. So whatever price is available, the farmer normally ends up selling it to the local broker, local mandi. In the local mandi, again controlled by politicians. So here is what's happening as far as input is concerned. Here is what happens as far as the selling is concerned. No international help, no government bodies interfering to help them sell it internationally. The irony here is that Indian grapes gets exported via Dubai. The poor Indian farmers sells it to normal at normal rates. That is exported to Dubai and it goes to London via Dubai. Yet our government does not move the little finger to ensure that something is done about farmers. The third and the final thing that I spoke about first and I repeat now is investments. Why is there no investments? Proper investments in technology, proper investments in ensuring that we get better equipments, proper investments to ensure that we give the farmers a way to combat famine, to combat floods, to extract better water from our Mother Earth. There is no money, no investment. Look at the percentage of investment that has been given to IT industry. Look at the percentage of investment that is given to the industrial sector, and look at the investment that is given to the agricultural sector. And mind you, agricultural sector is the largest employer of human beings in our country. And look at the investment that is given. So the fact remains that three factors that will play an important role in farming sector, not loan waiver, not all these morchas and not all these stupid leaders who has their own selfish agendas. Three things that will work. One is controlling the input cost. Second is giving marketing expertise to the farmers to sell their product. And third, and the most important thing, is government investment going into agriculture. Let us put these three things into action. Let us be a strategic move, not ad hoc move because they have to win an election. If there's a strategic move, if these three things are put into place, maybe in a few years, we may never have to waive any loans of the farmers because they'll be well equipped. They'll be rich enough, and they will have a decent life like any other farmers in the world. Even our farmers can look for a decent life. But before all this, for all this to happen, you need a leader, a farmer leader who understands farming industry and who talks for the farmer and not for votes. That's the important fact. Namaskar. For more such episodes, please subscribe to HW News and press the bell icon for instant notification. Also, do give this video a like and share the video to spread the word around.